Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Wolo. It's a beautiful Monday morning. The weather is warm, not as cold as it used to be before. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and those who have viewed my videos. I am hoping you've gotten useful information from my videos, and I hope to be sharing more useful information that will be relevant for anybody who plans to immigrate to Canada, life in Canada, everything about in Canada, careers in Canada, generally anything, and even my personal experiences in Canada. So today I'll be talking about a settlement organization called Settlement Online Pre-Arrival for people who are yet to land in Canada. So if you know anybody who has maybe done his medicals, who has gotten a request from the visa office to send his or her passport, or who has his copy of permanent resident card, copy of permanent resident letter, who is still in Nigeria or wherever, anywhere in the world, who has not yet landed in Canada, please inform the person that there is an online program that the person can register and learn about or get information about his or her profession in Canada. So SOPA has various organizations all over in the provinces in both Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia. SOPA is all around and it's funded by the government of Canada. It's free and it's funded by the government of Canada for immigrants who want to learn about working in Canada. They have about 5 courses that they handle. They handle professional communication, Canadian workplace integration, working with others, working in Canada, and job search strategies. And this is what they handle. So you can be wherever you are and you register with them. As long as you've gotten your medicals, you register with them and you'll be assigned assigned a counselor who is going to work with you and determine your profession and your plans and how to settle in faster in any province you plan to land. So that is SOPA. And of a truth, the more information you get, the more knowledge you get, the more it's easier for you to settle in faster, the more it's easier for you to integrate, and the more it's easier to progress, because that's one thing a lot of us do not have access to information, and my channel is about sharing every information that I know will be useful to anybody who plans to immigrate to Canada or people who are already living in Canada. I also registered in SOPA before I came, and I did the 5 courses, and it was useful to me because I was able to get my first job within 1 month of landing in Canada. So that's why I said SOPA is very, very useful for anybody who is planning to immigrate to Canada. Apart from IOM, I know IOM, they do their own in Lagos, but apart from IOM, it is better to also register with SOPA. You get a broader understanding about everything that will help you in your job search strategies, what and what you should do. They will help in also networking and linking you up with mentors and all that. So that's SOPA for you. I also want to inform anybody who is an engineer. If you know anybody who is an engineer, that there is a free webinar organized by SOPA Ontario. So it's SOPA Ontario is organizing a free webinar for professional engineers Ontario. So anybody who plans to land in Ontario and the person is an engineer, I advise that this person register for this webinar. The webinar will be taking place on the 26th of February this year. So please, if you know anybody who is an engineer, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be landing in Ontario, so that you don't restrict yourself and say, oh, it's not really for me. Please, any engineer at all, if you're not an engineer, you are interested in the profession and you know somebody who is also interested, tell the person to register for this webinar. I'll be leaving the link of SOPA and the link of the webinar on the description box of the video, so that you can click on it and register for the webinar, and also you can see the website of SOPA whenever it's your turn to like immigrate. You can also register with them and get more information from them. So please, anybody who is an engineer, wherever you are in the world, register for this webinar and learn more of the steps, what steps it will take for your licensing to be recognized, what jobs you can do as an engineer while you're waiting to get your engineering license recognized by the engineering body in Canada. Anybody at all who is interested, you might just be the person that will tell the person there is a webinar going on and you don't know what you would learn. I know whatever you're going to learn from this webinar is going to be very useful. So please, I think I've shared the information and I know it's useful. Anybody that you know that is an engineer, or if he's not an engineer but is interested in learning what it is, the person can subscribe and register for this webinar and learn more from the people on ground. I hope I've shared enough information today, and I want to wish you a beautiful week and stay blessed. Bye-bye.